direction across the board. Now, I'd like to give you a brief overview. First, China is more determined and more clear about the direction of our green and low-carbon development. We have advanced high-quality development, with green being the distinctive color and carbon reduction being the requirement. In April this
超过了火电，每消费3度电就有1度多是绿电。我们建成了全球最大的碳排放交易市场。截至今年的6月底，全国碳排放交易市场累计配额成交达到6.7亿吨，成交额达到了459亿元人民币。今年上半年，中国新能源汽车销量超过690万辆，同比增长40.3%，在汽车新车总销量中占比达到44.3%，同比提高9.1个百分点。在当今中国，绿色低碳生活方式已经深入人心，蔚然成风。第三，中国参与全球环境治理的行动更加积极，措施也更加有力。我们是世界绿色发展的坚定行动派重要贡献者。中方同包括俄方在内的各方一道，推动联合国气候变化巴库大会。
China is working with all sides, including the EU, for positive outcomes of COP29. The Kunming-Montreal Framework Implementation Initiative is being steadily advanced. A series of small and beautiful projects have been delivered on the ground, benefiting 15 developing countries. We are building a Green Silk Road with high quality and implementing a Green Silk Road Envoy program. As of the end of 2024, China has signed South-South cooperation documents in climate response with 42 countries. We have provided and mobilized funds exceeding 177 billion yuan. China has implemented Early Warning, Africa Solar Belt, Zero Carbon Island, among other projects, to assist relevant developing countries in enhancing climate response capacity, which have been warmly welcomed. This is my brief overview of China's endeavors. Now, I welcome you, Madam, to tell us about the EU's endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you so much for hosting us in this beautiful city of Beijing on the occasion of our high-level dialogue, a ministerial dialogue on climate and environment issues in the 50th anniversary of our diplomatic relations. Dear Vice Prime Minister, Ministers, it is a great pleasure to meet you here in Beijing. This is the year when we celebrate the 50th years of our diplomatic relations. The world has changed, so we are. The EU is committed to continue engaging with China in a spirit of mutual fairness and reciprocity. We are meeting at a time when global cooperation and multilateral institutions face immense expectations. Environmental degradation, from the impacts of climate change to biodiversity collapse and pollution, but also the direct implications on our economic stability, our health, our food security, our peace. They all call us for urgent action. Mr. Vice Prime Minister, in view of this emergency, China and the European Union must play a central role in stabilizing and strengthening the multilateral system to provide for hope and for concrete solutions. Together, we can write a success story. To address the global environmental and climate challenges, we need to respond positively to the international commitments, go beyond our comfort zones, and lead together for a better world. We cannot claim rebates from our responsibilities. During the coming months, we must jointly send strong signals to the other actors that the multilateral system is well alive and that action must continue. We have done a lot. There is still much that needs to be done. Many partners are expecting for our signal to join, and others are watching for us to fail. Let's not let the latter win the battle, because we know that multilateralism stands for progress and solidarity. 10 years ago in Paris, we crafted one of the most important agreements for humanity. This year, in the 10th anniversary of the Paris Agreement, our renovated leadership will honor this legacy. China and the European Union must show the strongest possible commitment to the Paris Agreement and its objectives. Our determined cooperation will be the best proof that Paris is a credible and useful platform for sustainable development and for resilient societies in every region. We must acknowledge that the pace of global climate action remains too slow. The possible lack of ambition by major emitters is a concern to the international community and to our citizens. EU-China leadership in multilateral climate talks means that both of us, as the leaders in green policies and technologies, will take resolute steps in realizing our respective green transitions towards our net zero targets, China for 2060, the European Union for 2050 already. The European Union has a 6% share in the global emissions. This will come down to some 40% by 2030, and we will stay the course. 2 weeks ago, the Commission proposed a target of a 90% reduction in net greenhouse gas emissions by 2040 compared to 1990 levels as an intermediate target on our path to climate neutrality by 2050. The target will become the reference for our new nationally determined contribution. China is a key actor, both because of your large population and the central role coal still plays in your economy. Therefore, China's new nationally determined contribution, as stated by your leader, will be crucial for the rest of the world. An ambitious NDC will encourage the rest of the world to follow our ambitions. The world places great confidence in China's ability to continue the deployment of renewables at the present pace and scale back fossils accordingly. From G20 to furthering action against illegal wildlife trade through CITES, deforestation, biodiversity loss on land and in the ocean, and water management, we have many issues where our joint action can lead to tangible results with global impacts. A key appointment is just less than a month away. UNEA resolution called upon us to negotiate a legally binding agreement on plastic pollution. But in December last year, negotiations failed, and many differences still remain on key fundamental issues. While we are convinced that an agreement is still within reach, we know this will require efforts to find common landing zones next month at the conference in Geneva. We need China and the European Union to show joint leadership. We have done it in the past at the COP15 of the Convention on Biological diversity, leading to the adoption of the Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework. Let's demonstrate it can be done again. Global action on plastics pollution will also make our economies truly sustainable and circular. This morning, the Circular Economy Dialogue discussed some challenges linked to the green transition, such as making our products sustainable by design and by using recycled raw materials. These changes do not happen without efforts. We are fully aware. We know that sometimes it is important to take hard choices, but the alternative not to do it could be much worse. I would like to conclude, Vice Premier Ding, by thanking you again for organizing this dialogue, and I look forward to our discussions. I suggest that we now discuss how we will jointly address climate change.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. Now we will discuss the topic of addressing climate changes. First, I will give the floor to Mr. of the Ministry of Ecology and Environment. He will give us a speech on China's climate policy and our bilateral cooperation.